James, are you surprised that y'all never made a run at all? In this one?
We're just not good enough. We don't obviously chemistry, talent wise, just everything. And it was clear, like I said, these last few games, they just, from the beginning of the game, they were just aggressive, veteran team, obviously, championship team, and one of the best teams that we have in this league. I love this city. I literally, have done everything that I can. This situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. So, thanks.
Whose exit hit the Rockets harder? Would you say it's Morey or James Harden?
Well, I'm going to say James Harden, of course, because we know how spectacular James Harden could be. And there is no way in hell that the Houston Rockets would be on a 20-game losing streak if James Harden was still in a Rockets uniform. But I'm also going to say it hit incredibly hard because of Harden's departure, because Harden wasn't just your star player, but Harden was the one, because of his greatness, that made everybody better and made everybody interested in playing the game of basketball because they were competitive. And by being competitive, everybody else would not have jumped ship.
Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Wow.
YouTube, what's going on with y'all? How y'all doing today? Welcome to the 2K Dynasty channel. I want to introduce y'all to the very first episode of the Disaster to Dynasty series. You can call me Fly Guy, and first team we're gonna use is my favorite team, the Houston Rockets. We ain't got much, but we got this guy right here, Christian Wood. They say he a stud. I think he's just a good weapon. Great inside scorer, great potential. He got his running mate in Kelly Olynyk. He's all right. We're going to skip over John Wall because we ain't going to talk too much about him. Jason Tate, we got this guy over here, man. 25 years old, should be in the top rookies of the year. I promise. But if not, he's Draymond Green all over again. Kevin Porter Jr., the player we want to build around, really. He's the youngest, well, one of the youngest, 20 years old. A decent inside scorer, decent athleticism and playmaking. These are the things we want to improve on during the season. Eric Gordon, hurt, trading in the season. Got Kenyon Martin Jr., the son of Kenyon Martin. He's a great piece, 19 years old, B+ potential. We want to develop him. Avery Bradley, another vet. DJ Augustine, another vet. We want to get rid of these vets. Daniel House, DJ Wilson, all these guys down here. We're not sure if we want to keep them. Maybe Sterling Brown. I like him. But everybody else, I'm not too sure. Yes. Looking at our pick situation, this shit is really, really tricky. We got the Trailblazers pick and the Bucks pick, which in real life is like the 23rd and 24th pick. We have this Pistons pick, which really ain't nothing because it's going to be converted to 2 seconds in like 2027. So its value is overstated. But the really good pick that we really want is the Thunder top 4 protected pick swap with the Heat, if that makes any sense. But if it's top 4 protected, that means if that pick lands anywhere in the top 4, it's ours. So what we do? Let's be the worst team in the league, which shouldn't be the hardest thing to do with the roster that we have, right? Looking at these standings, or power rankings, my bad, they got us ranked at 15. Might be a little high, for the talent level we got. Hurt people, we got young people.
people who can't really play, people from the G League. But we got Kenyon Martin Jr., you know what I'm saying? 19 years old, 3 badges. Kevin Porter Jr., 18 badges. He's a real good piece that we could build around. I don't see why we can't build around something like that. No defensive badges, so that's probably something we need to work on. Christian Wood, our stud, our weapon. I don't see him as being the number 1, but you put him on the championship team, he could be a great piece, and that's what we're looking to do. With the rotations, we gotta go young. Can't let John Wall get no minutes. That's why we're not talking about him. He's taking away minutes from people like Kevin Porter Jr. He's just taking the ball away from him. KPJ needs to shine. So gonna set the coach up to let KPJ be the guy and Christian Wood, the weapon, you know? So maybe that duo can maybe do something this year and still be terrible. So let's get to Simmons. When we're looking at the potential picks, we really want to look at these guys. Cade Cunningham, that's the one. He's the guy. We'll settle for like a Jalen Suggs or Evan Mobley, but this Cade Cunningham guy I've been looking into, hey, if you ain't seen no highlights of this dude, look him up, because he's coming. Starting this little sim, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. We sim through the whole season. Every video, we don't skip a beat. We're not gonna skip anything. But I'm gonna show you everything from the ups and downs. But this season is pretty much gonna be a quick little season, and we're gonna skip through this one real quick. All right. So first game, it's a loss, which is pretty good. You know, Kevin Porter did his job. Christian Wood did his job, and Kevin Martin Jr. did his job. Like, can you be mad at that? We're improving while losing. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Yes, sir. And John Wall wants to start, as usual. Fuck all that. Well, we are going to make sure that the bench don't play. John Wall's not gonna get that many minutes. We would put more young guys in, but we don't have that much to really work with. So give all the minutes to KPJ, Christian Wood, and we are going to try to lose. People like Eric Gordon can play, but we're just doing that so he can get his trade value up, right? We could trade him in the off season, and maybe if he had a good season this year, then we'll trade him to a playoff team. And so far, we are one of the worst teams in the West. The Magic is worse than us. Timberwolves are worse than us. We got to make sure we're doing a little worse, but we're doing the right thing. We got Christian Wood doing 20 and 15. KPJ getting 19 points. Even the G League guys coming out there and playing a little bit, you know, doing their thing. But you gotta let those guys go because they're not long-term solutions. You gotta build around something that's special. And not saying that G League plays aren't special, but if you're trying to build a dynasty, you can't build it with parts like that. Parts like that can help, yes, but that's not what you start with. You start with something solid. You start the foundation. And that's going to be Jayshawn Tate, Christian Wood, Kenyon Martin Jr., and KPJ. A lot of these young rookies coming into the league for this new draft are very interesting. So having this many picks in this year's draft is actually a good thing. We could be a sorry team this year, but have enough picks to do something really special in the draft, you know. Eric Gordon having an okay season. John Wall doing a little bit too much. So you got to do things like tankish. You got to sit Eric Gordon or you got to sit John Wall. You got to make sure KPJ's getting the minutes, getting his shots up. And you got to let the injuries flow because injuries is going to come, you know, left and right. You got to be able to deal with them. You got Christian Wood not making the All-Star game. It's crazy. But, you know, he's getting 23 and 11, 23 and 12, really? Shooting 40%, 50% from the field? That's crazy. KPJ at 18. Man, team is good, but not good enough. So, and look, if you don't utilize the player training inside of 2K, you really, really tripping because it's something that's needed. You can't just sit there and just play through games and not be training through the season. What you think about in-season progression? And look, I turned trades off for this first season because this season's already done. I'm not trying to mess up the rosters, and I'm trying to let the season go ahead and ride the way it's supposed to go. But the season needs to go ahead and progress, and we need to naturally be the worst team and still be progressing our youngest players. And if we can't do that, we'll never be a championship team. So the goal of each series is to become a dynasty. And a dynasty isn't just a team who wins a championship here or there. A dynasty is a team who's feared, a team who is a perennial winner, whose name is known throughout the league. And right now, the only reason we're known is because we're the worst team. We're ranked 15th in conference, we're 30th in power rank, and we're showing who we are. You know, we're not that good. I mean, we are sitting John Wall, but they sat John Wall in real life, right? You know, he got a knee scope because his knee needs to heal. And at this point in the season, we just need to make sure we keep losing and maintain the worst record for the best odds, because this year the lottery is weird. They changed the system. The worst team doesn't get the best pick. It's divided between the first three teams, 14%, and with the Rockets having the top 4 protected pick, they have to be the worst team to get the best chance, at least a top 4 pick. I think it's 52% chance for them to get a top 4 pick, and if not, it goes to OKC at the 5th pick, which is like a 48% chance. Sorry to get into percentages and math and all that shit, but sometimes we do that over here. So it shouldn't be that hard to be the worst team in the league with a bunch of G League players and bench players trying to start for the team. So you just really sim through the season. You know, get this shit over with. It's a bad season. Circumstances came on y'all, a bunch of injuries, you know. The veterans out here like John Wall not performing, but KPJ doing his thing, you know, 19 points, and Christian Wood being the guy. We got a good foundation. It's just not there yet. We need more training, more work, and another star. So hopefully we can get that good pick in the draft, and we'll see what we can do in the trade market with Eric Gordon and hopefully John Wall. We could get off that contract. Oh, it would be the best thing we could ask for, because $44 million for the next 2 years, we'd be handcuffed. We couldn't really do too much if we have a player who's gonna hold back a player like Kevin Porter and taking up that much salary cap. So really, we do have to get that man up off the books. And right now, we are the worst team, battling for Detroit. Detroit's trying to be the worst team too. So it's kind of hard being the worst team. Everybody's trying to tank, but with the new odds, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're in the bottom 3, you're getting the best odds at 14%. The Rockets just want 3 of those 14%, if that makes any sense. So at the end of the season, Detroit is the worst team in the East. We are the worst team in the West. They have a 22.2% win percentage, and we have something lower than that. So I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. LeBron wins MVP, LaMelo Rookie of the Year, Precious. Oh, Christian Wood, most improved. Nice. I like that. So at least he gets an award and we get something to be happy about. Didn't happen in real life, but it should have. Calling it now. In the playoffs, we got everybody basically who needs to be there, except for us. Christian Wood finished with 23 and 12. KPJ pushes up to 20 points per game. I like it. Kevin Martin is in the teens. Look at that. I like that. John Wall doing horrible. 13 points. Wow. First round. It's crazy. Brooklyn makes it. LA makes it. Oh, Denver makes it to the third round. Wow. Brooklyn beats Milwaukee in 6. I'm tripping. And in the finals, it's the Nets. Our player, James Harden, gets his finals MVP as soon as he leaves us. And that's what he left us for, to win a ring. He did what he left to do. And he left us in shambles. And all because Anthony Davis is hurt, which is what happened in real life, right? Well, he's hurt right now. He got a hurt groin. And it shows in the game. He's kind of injury prone. And it's kind of at the wrong time. In the finals, lost in 6. In the offseason, when we get to these retirements, you got to make sure you let the vets with the most badges come back. Those are great teachers, great mentors for the young players, man. Bring them back. Danny Green, great mentor. You know, I don't know about Tyson, but he might fuck around in the playoffs with Daniel House. We gotta get Daniel House up off this team too. Gotta get that man gone. Gotta reject all this shit. Although that 20-second shot clock is intriguing, we'll look into that. So we come to the draft lottery. What pick do you think we'll get? This is gonna be a crazy type channel. I want to be interactive with y'all. So I want y'all to guess what pick we're gonna get in the draft and who we're gonna pick in that draft. Whoever in the comments picks the right pick and the right person that we draft, then we will give you $1. $1 on Cash App. It's not much, I know. Hey, but this is the first episode on the season, first episode on the channel. So the first person in the comments, I need you to go ahead and put your guess, go ahead and get your $1, and go ahead and invest it into some crypto or something. And let's get this video to like 100 likes, y'all. 100 likes, because this shit took a lot of effort. And if we get this to 100 likes to unlock the next episode. How about that? See y'all soon. Whenever y'all unlock it.
Still been shooting like hard.